The peace in Karamoja is extending to the peace in Teso, because we've been handling on the floor a lot of issues to do with Karamoja insurgents come spreading over into the area of Teso. So we are also now focused on irrigation. We are focused on the road infrastructure. It took a very short time.
New Energy, oye! Your Excellency, I just want to congratulate you as we come to the final leg of your campaign tour of the Teso region. As you can see, this is a new dawn of Teso. Teso is mobilized to support you. Teso is mobilized to rally behind NRM and your leadership.
We are here to continue celebrating and protecting the gains that the NRM has been able to make, and to celebrate the gains of our presidential candidate, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, as we head towards 15th of January 2026.
Today we are here to support His Excellency the President. Recently we signed a memorandum. The Patriotic League of Uganda entered into an agreement with the National Resistance Movement, and we called it Tuko Pamoja. So we are working together with the National Resistance Movement to make sure that we deliver the presidential candidate for NRM.
During the campaigns, the Speaker of Parliament, Annette Anita Among, openly refuted claims that one of her daughters, Asio Florence, intended to contest against her, as alleged by the rival political party, the National Unity Platform. This was before the purported NUP member was photographed with the NRM presidential candidate.
She has never been in NUP. She's not even a politician.
The district NRM chairman had no additional request from the president aside from appealing to him to ensure Annette Anita Among retains her position as a Speaker of Parliament.
Your Excellency, in my memo, I'm not going to read because I know we have our daughter. My request is retain her.
Museveni commenced his campaign by expressing gratitude to the people of Bukedea for electing the speaker unopposed, and criticized the rival political party, NUP, for allegedly attempting to support her daughter against Annette Anita Among.
And showing how shallow and bogus NUP is. Because the girl I took a picture with is a relative of Anita Among. She's the one they were hoping to stand against Among, because they didn't even know who their members are. I congratulate Anita Among.
Museveni pledged to connect Bukedea and the Teso sub-region to the rest of the country through the tarmacking of the remaining national roads, and to construct additional schools and health centers in parishes and sub-counties lacking these facilities.
With Teso, there is another road we are making from Katine to Ochero to Amoratar to Namasare on the lake. With the Teso, we are remaining only with the 3 roads to work on. One road from Kumi to Ngora, Serere, to Kagwara, to Bugondo. That one is already, we have the money, they're about to start. There's another road which people in Kampala don't know, which I normally tell them. I normally say, I want to link Teso with Karamoja. Then they say, but we have already done so through Katakwi, Iriri, up to Moroto. I say, no, there's another area which you don't know. This is the road from Soroti, Amuria, Obaranga, Achanpi, Otuke, Adilang, Abim. Yes, sir. That one is being designed
utasi pani prioritin ay girul eponele jari adukionero tango.
And will be done.
He says since there is peace and stability, economic and social infrastructure is now available, people should now engage in poverty alleviating programs. Tomorrow, Thursday, Museveni will continue his campaign trail in the Bugisu sub-region with the rallies scheduled in Manafa and Mbulambuli districts. Philip Aguta for UBC News in Bukedia.
President Yoweri Museveni has continued to punch holes in FDC party presidential candidate Nandala Mafabi's campaign message, singling out his take on coffee prices as a total lie. Addressing a campaign rally in Sironko, President Museveni has noted that the current coffee prices have been caused by drops on the world market but not by NRM, as alleged by Nandala Mafabi. Museveni has addressed his first campaign rally in Bugisu in Sironko district.
It was a calm but candid briefing in Soroti. President Yoweri Museveni was rounding off his campaign engagements in Teso sub-region. He set the record straight on why government has halted the creation of new administrative units.
Our doctrine of self-determination, if you like, within a united Uganda. But if it is a question of what we do now, a road or a district now, my proposal is that we start with the road. The district will come later. So it is just prioritization. What you call a ban was because we wanted to concentrate on the roads, on the electricity. The electricity. That is the issue. So not a ban, it is what we don't have money to do everything. What do we do? That's all.
While decentralization brings services closer to people, rapid multiplication of districts and sub-counties creates financial pressure. To him, this diverts resources from development to the current costs.
But for the counties, those are simpler. Like where we are now, they were talking of Kanyum County, something like that.
In fact, they wanted a district, Your Excellency, Kanyumu district.
But they also wanted a constituency.
Ngino.
Or something like that. Now a constituency is easier because it doesn't have too much administrative costs. The other one is a bit more. So it's the budget. It is all budget controlled. But in principle, we support the idea of, we are the ones who started that policy of districts. We are the ones. So nobody can talk about it more than us. Who created Karaki, who created Kaveramaido, who created all these districts? It is us.
Museveni said the focus in Teso should now be on proper enterprise selection and value addition. This requires identification of what works for the sub-region and turning it into income, citing fruits as a gold mine.
People in the cattle corridor where we started in the 60s, they have all changed. Bunduwijo, they're always doing well. Masaka these days with coffee, they have come up. Garangara with the palm oil. Here in Teso, actually the fruits, if it was not for the factory, when I fly over, I can see a number of people had planted the orchards. But the problem was the factory. Now that our sister has helped us to revive it, I think Teso will really take, even before the other cows you are talking about, the 5, which will come later, but even with the fruits and cassava and those, Teso can come up.
The president emphasized that such value addition initiatives would transform Teso's economy if farmers embrace commercial farming.
there's no way Uganda will survive without the market of Africa. So when you hear so-called leaders not talking about this, you can see the future of these countries is doomed. What are you for if you don't see that? You look at the fruit factory here. How much is the consumption inside here, Uganda? I don't think it's enough. Even now I hear that mangoes are going unprocessed to South Sudan, to Kenya, to even now. We need the regional market.
With the roads and electricity slowly reaching the countryside, the president says government's next step is to ensure each sub-region specializes in a few profitable enterprises, from fruits in Teso to dairy in Ankole and coffee in Buganda.
Mrs. Zenawi, how she came to know about Soroti Fruit Factory? She had gone to South Sudan and saw in the shop Teju, my juice, which I put there. I'm the one who gave it that name, Teju. They said, wanted to say fruit factory. I said, no, call it Teso juice, Teju. Wow.
Thank you for the good name.
So, Mrs. Zenawi, in South Sudan, where is this juice coming from? So, I don't know what they told her. But when she came, she asked me, I was really surprised. Teju, I said, that's our juice. Would you like to go and see where it is? That's how I persuaded her to come and see, and then she agreed to help us.
As the campaign trail wound down in Teso, the president's message remained consistent. Less bureaucracy, more productivity. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Leaders in Sironko are speaking in one political voice, a voice that praises the ruling NRM for the visible progress registered in the area. They say their support for NRM is well earned, citing completed and ongoing development projects that have connected Sironko to the rest of the region and boosted local growth. This comes as President Museveni officially launched his campaign trail in the Bugisu sub-region today.
From Teso to Bugisu, the NRM campaign trail has made its stop in Sironko, a district whose leaders are full of appreciation for the ruling party's efforts and achievements so far.
The win he got in 2021, the one awaiting him in 2026 will be bigger and better, because the people have understood why we even have a campaign theme of protecting the gains.
He only talks development, he's teaching, he's guiding the people of Uganda on how to get out of poverty, he's telling the people of Uganda how the manifesto is going to help our people.
Improved social and economic infrastructure stands out among the development strides credited to the NRM government.
In Sironko, all the parishes have received their third and fourth batch of the parish development model, the 100 million, and that alone is lifting the household incomes, because where we are farmers. They are livestock keepers, they rear chicken, but they are also farmers.
Infrastructure, roads are being worked on, health centers in all sub-counties, secondary schools in all sub-counties. The industrial park in Mbale is employing thousands of young people. So we are doing very well, and Bugisu has a lot of gains to protect.
Even leaders who previously held divergent political views are now rallying behind one cause, returning the NRM to power to consolidate the gains.
Nalugugu Daddy Road is already in process. Wapa Memorial Institute of Nursing and Midwifery is also in process. The only thing that is remaining is a municipality. Sironko is second to Wakiso in PDM. We have 224 parishes. Therefore, our PDM is high.
We are mostly grateful in Sironko. Everything we have ever asked the president to do for us, he has done it, and we are very happy about it. We want him to go back and we can ask for more so that we can continue supporting him and his legacy.
And so I call upon the young people to trust in President Museveni and vote for him because he's the person who is going to help this country and push us to development.
The NRM campaign message remains clear and consistent, protecting the gains. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Yes, we now take you back to our story where President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has continued to punch holes in the FDC party presidential candidate Nandala Mafabi and his message singling out his take on coffee prices as a total lie. While in Sironko, President Museveni noted that the current coffee prices have been caused by drops on the world market and not by NRM as alleged by Nandala. Museveni has addressed his first rally in Bugisu in Sironko district.
The change in sound and music was a clear signal of change in campaign area for candidate Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. And this was the mood all over Sironko Town Council on Wednesday, 5th November 2025. Similar vibes welcomed the hundreds of NRM supporters at the venue. However, local politics set in high as party flag bearers and independents tussled for the limelight. But from the tales of the supporters, the party looked strong amidst the chaos. Although Minister Florence Nambozo, one of the district independents, had literally kept scrolling her phone from the VIP tent, this is how she coped up with the mobs. The rally received the party chairman in the afternoon hours.
This rally is among the 51 rallies you have so far addressed.
As envisaged, religious leaders not only prayed for the rally, but for political tolerance.
For the good and the unity of the mighty NRM party, I request that Your Excellency, you call for dialogue for these two daughters of yours who are competing against each other. The Honorable Nambozo Florence and the Honorable Asha Mafabi Nabulo.
This was re-echoed by the party district chairman for Sironko district.
We are asking 10 minutes of yours for today or tomorrow or the other day. We meet you as few leaders of Sironko so that we can brief you and guide us what next.
The district memo was presented by the district woman MP flag bearer.
Is the relocation of the landslide victims. Your Excellency, if you would help us expedite the payment process because the money has already been posted in Postbank.
After the speeches by the second national vice chairperson and regional leaders, the party presidential flag bearer was invited to address his first rally in Bugisu sub-region.
We welcome you to Bugisu. Your Excellency, we want to thank the chairman of Sironko and the leadership of this district for the warm welcome they have given you.
We wish you good luck in Bugisu and all our prayers with you as you traverse Bugisu to look for the votes.
All the other leaders and all of you, Bamasawa, I am here to present to you what the NRM has done in the last 40 years and to ask you to support it again.
The presidency's address summarized what has so far been done in the fields of water coverage, electricity, roads, health and education. With the above developments, the NRM government is not hesitating to carry forward the mantle of development. Since day one, President Museveni's campaign message has rotated around with creation. And that is why he has emphasized that all Ugandans must support the NRM party and also embrace wealth creation. And this was his message to his homeland.
Nandala Mafabi yalimbiya BCU nebafuna amabanja balina amabanja g'omu America. Omu America nayagala kuwamba ettaka eryo naye ngamba nti omu America tagenda kutwala ttaka lyaffe nemusasula omu America ettaka nendigula kati bano bwe bajja nendibaweereza kati labe etawuni gye bakoze eyo tawuni yange eyo.
To politicians like FDC's Nandala Mafabi, who hails from this region, President Museveni has not left any good words behind him.
Wano Mbugisu bawade babagamba nti Nandala Mafabi abagamba nti esente z'emmwanyi ziri waggulu kubanga yazisaka. Obu bulimba emmwanyi NRM yategeka endokwa ekawanda tubudde mu nsiko emmwanyi zaali zigudde ebbeeyi ne tuleeta endokwa empya mujje mumbuuze Nandala ye gwe yaleeta endokwa ez'omulembe kati emmwanyi ebbeeyi okubeera waggulu kyava ku bbeeyi y'ensi yonna. Brazil baafuna ekyeya emmwanyi zaabwe ne zifa kati zaffe ne zifuna omukisa ogwo okufuna ebbeeyi eyawaggulu ennyo.
Indeed, Museveni reiterates that Mafabi is a great beneficiary of the NRM's projects.
Nandala yali chairman wa BCU yaganyirwa omulimu gwaffe gwe twakola e Kawanda gwe yalembekako n'aleeta eno ayogera amazima aleme okulimba agenda kugenda mugeeyana.
Robert Nyongo, UBC News.
General Mugisha Muntu, the Alliance for National Transformation of presidential candidate, has taken his campaign to Nwoya and Amuru district in northern Uganda, beginning in Koch Goma Town Council. During his rallies in both districts, residents raised concerns over two key challenges: the destruction of crops by wildlife, especially elephants, and the persistent shortage of essential drugs in government health facilities, which continue to affect their livelihoods and health care.
General Muntu's campaign today covered Koch Goma and Anaka town councils, the two fast-growing urban centers in Nwoya district.
But what about the leaders? The leaders from the...
Koch Goma lies on a fertile stretch of land bordering Murchison Falls National Park.
The only way this mess can turn around and go in the right track is get honest men and women who cannot be compromised by money.
With agriculture as the main economic activity, General Muntu highlighted the importance of access to modern agricultural mechanizations to boost productivity and improve community welfare.
On the other side, there are commercial farms growing the same crops. The commercial farms who grow maize definitely get profits from there, and they employ or use tractors, combine harvesters, of course they use fertilizer.
Residents, however, expressed frustration that their agricultural efforts face constant setbacks due to the invasion of the stray elephants from the neighboring Murchison Falls.
Difference between the commercial farms and the peasants. It's just a question of neglect by this regime. Modern storage systems. And they also make profits, just like the commercial farms do. And you can easily see it in Porongo.
General Muntu stressed the need for long-term and sustainable measures to protect livelihoods and promote peaceful coexistence between people and wildlife. On the issue of drug shortages, he assured the residents that under his leadership, the country's healthcare infrastructure and medical supply chain would be given top priority.
You see a hospital like Anaka. I mean, we've been places where similar hospitals, like in Kagadi, like in Gombe hospitals, all of them, same state. As you have heard, they only find there the headache tablets, aspirin and Coartem, understand? Absolute lack of attention by government. Not for 1 year, not 2 years, many, many years.
As his campaign continued through Nwoya and Amuru, General Mund pledged to tackle the pressing issues affecting local communities once elected. Haruna Mtesasira, UBC News.
The NRM National Vice Chairperson, Haji Moses Chigongo, has urged women to be cautious when electing leaders, emphasizing the importance of choosing those who can cooperate with government in addressing issues affecting communities. He made the appeal while meeting single mothers in Machinde, encouraging them to continue trusting President Museveni and other NRM flag bearers in the forthcoming elections.
As presidential campaigns gain momentum, various NRM leaders are meeting different groups across the country, rallying support for their candidate, Yoweri Museveni. The NRM National Vice Chairman, Alhaji Moses Chigongo, met single mothers in Machinde and urged them to vote for NRM candidates who will work hand in hand with government to find solutions to their challenges. Winnie Nasanga, the chairperson of the Single Mothers Cooperative Society Limited, together with other women leaders, appreciated government efforts in uplifting women socially and economically, but appealed for increased funding to strengthen their circles. Philip Munduni, the NRM flag bearer for Machinde Sabagabo, and Frank Kabandize commended supporters for their consistent turnout during the campaign rallies and expressed confidence in an NRM victory.
Government, those elections have to take place, but otherwise I would just say we have one candidate, President Yoweri Museveni. If you look at our president, NRM candidate, the chairman of NRM, he has moved to a number of districts. I've been following up his campaigns. I saw him in Arua areas. We saw him in Karamoja, using the manifesto which was launched.
They noted that while some challenges remain, Ugandans should acknowledge the progress achieved over the years and safeguard these gains through continuity of the current leadership.
So, for me, I recommend and appreciate that our candidate has done a fundamental change in Uganda.
Yes, we are going to start from the local person on the ground. Yes, we have already prepared for that. And we know when we starting mobilizing from the grassroots, we are going to win.
At the close of the meeting, Alhaji Moses Chigongo officially launched the Women's Circle and pledged financial support to help them start income-generating activities.
With Momo, you have the power to pay for shopping more easily using your phone. Dial *165*3# or scan to download Momo app and pay for anything. No hassling for change. And even better, if you run out of money while paying, you can simply add core with Momo Advance. That's Momo. That's the power to be more.
Ochikoze mwana. Shop is stocked, customers ready. Now it's time for takeoff. So offer them more. Become a Wendy agent today and offer mobile money top-ups, customer service support, utility payments, water, power, pay TV. You're now. Turn your shop into a Wendy agent hub and commissions on every tap and easy access to loans.
That's right. More foot traffic, more sales, more profit, paid instantly. Register free. Call 0800-217-200 or WhatsApp 0707-993-930.
Wendy Wonawoli. This is our home, our land, our Uganda. From the rolling hills to the busy streets, from the farmers in the fields to the students in classrooms, we are one people. Elections are a time to choose our leaders, not to fight our brothers and sisters. When violence enters the ballot box, the future of our country is wounded. But when peace leads the way, our nation grows stronger. On election day, choose unity over diversion, respect over hatred, and dialogue over distraction. Love your country, protect your fellow citizens, stand for peace, and say no to electoral violence. This message is brought to you by the Global Election Observation Mission, GEOM, in partnership with the Uganda Electoral Commission. Informed citizens, strong nation.
UBC News Tonight. Welcome back from the break and thank you so much for watching. African pension sector players have been urged to decisively shape the continent's future and ensure that the legacy they leave behind is one of the self-reliance, prosperity, and true economic emancipation. This was a call made by President Yoweri Museveni in a speech delivered for him by Prime Minister Robin Anabanja during the official opening of the inaugural All-Africa Pension Summit in Kampala.
With collective assets exceeding $400 billion, African pension funds have the power to reshape the continent's economic landscape, emphasized the Prime Minister Robin Anabanja while officially opening the All-Africa Pension Summit.
No investor can be attracted to any economy to make losses. In Uganda, the National Social Security Fund has evolved from just a saving account into a contributor to the national development. Today, NSSF Uganda is a major investor in affordable housing, renewable energy, etc. This is a step in the right direction.
Her remarks were echoed by Betty Amongi, the Minister of Gender, Labour and Social Development.
Your fiduciary duty is paramount, and rightly so. You are ensuring security of the fund for our citizens' retirements. But I ask you, where is the greatest security? The more sustainable return than in the tangible growth and stability of our continent? Where is the greatest fulfillment of your duty than investing in the very fabric of the society that entrusted you with managing these funds?
Speakers noted that tapping into this massive yet largely untapped pension resource could help address the mounting foreign debt burden facing many African countries.
So what do we intend to get out of this? One is a learning. Before we can use pension funds, we need to deepen the coverage. We need to get more money. We need to widen the pot. So part of the learnings is how do we widen this pot? How does NSSF Uganda widen the pot of savings?
I think financial literacy is important, and we need to start financial literacy, as has been mentioned in many forums, right from school. When we have financial literacy, you're able then to understand and appreciate that there are many products other than the usual investment of caplot that we can invest our money in.
They also stressed that as the world evolves, the old models of development dependent on external capital and often shaped by foreign interests are no longer sufficient. There is therefore a need for Africa to find financial solutions from within.
We must unlock and leverage the billions of shillings our citizens save each year. Properly structured pension capital coupled with insurance products is the ideal instrument that is going to help us to finance these priorities.
Participants from across the continent pledged to strengthen social security systems by enhancing robust regulatory frameworks, enhancing transparency, and ensuring that pension funds remain solvent and continue to grow stronger.
The overdependency of African countries on external financiers to support capital-intensive infrastructure projects has taken center stage during the discussions at the inaugural summit that has brought together pension players from across the African continent. Dennis Igoa for UBC.
New standing orders aiming at addressing staff shortages and improving efficiency in public health facilities. Among the key proposals is the outlawing of dual employment for health workers in public institutions to ensure full-time service especially during critical times when patients need the medics most. The draft proposals presented during a two-day stakeholders meeting at Kabira Country Club also include the re-engagement of retired specialists on a contractual basis and short-term appointments for critical care professionals.
Of what we think.
The proposed review of standing orders of the Health Service Commission is meant to enhance and streamline its operations.
So why are we here? Of course, the consultative process continues, and we needed especially the input of the local governments, the input of the district leaders, the input of professional councils, associations, to look at the draft that has been made, and we review and say, are we in the right direction?
In a speech read by her deputy, Dr. Teopista Mary Wenene, the head of public service and secretary to the cabinet, Lucena Chobe, emphasized that the proposed reforms are vital for strengthening the sector's capacity to serve Ugandans effectively.
This is consistent with the need to build a professional, efficient, and people-centered health service delivery system.
She urged the Commission to address emerging challenges such as the growing number of new health professionals seeking employment in unapproved structures.
As this plan is implemented, I request the Health Service Commission to keep in view the challenges brought about by the following. There is an increasing pool of trained health workers that wish to join the public service against the approved structure.
The proposed standing orders also provide for mandatory rest days for health workers who serve 3 consecutive night shifts, re-engagement of retired critical specialists on contractual basis to cover skills gap.
So some of the proposals members are making is to implement what we are calling a locum appointment or appointments. Locum appointments are basically short-term appointments, not necessarily engaging everybody, no, critical and specialists. And we are putting a cap, if you read the main document, of 70 years.
Also, 2 key documents have been launched. Crispus Arinitwe, UBC News.
The Allied Health Professionals Council, together with Iganga Police, are searching for one Eric Mwereza, a health worker at St. Gonzaga Clinic, on charges of conducting an unauthorized surgical operation on a pregnant woman who was meant to be referred to a higher facility. It is alleged that Mwereza went ahead to operate the woman, but after the procedure failed, he attempted to return the baby into the womb, an action that led to the baby's death. In a related development, the officials also summoned Mukuta Isaac, a cashier of Chiwanyi Health Center, after discovering him illegally operating the facility's laboratory without proper authorization.
We got informed of the facility where one of our cadres, by the names of Eric Mwereza, attempted to perform a cesarean section on the facility, which also does not have the capability to perform such a medical procedure. So definitely we will translate this information and obtain the additional information regarding the incident from the Uganda Police, and then also came to the facility to ensure that we have the full extent of what transpired on a professional scale, so that we can take on the disciplinary measures for the professional who attempted to clearly practice outside the scope. We've been able to visit this facility, which has a number of limitations. Unfortunately, Mwereza was released on police bond, and we have been informed that he had circumstances himself that warranted police to release him. He was supposed to be reporting back, which he has not done, but professionally we are also going to follow up with him as a registered professional. This particular incident is actually very bizarre. You cannot have a facility the private facility, which is clearly near a health center, where you would have quickly referred the patient, having noticed that whatever they are suffering from is outside the scope of a medical clinical officer. The facility is right, it's even a walkable distance.
Why didn't you put it there? If somebody is reviewing this medical form, how can you tell him or her that there is hyperparexia that you did not indicate?
The man talked of hyperparastemia, and he tells us that we start from plus 3.
Which is not even.
But it's not indicated here. Where is the other plus?
No, I was just giving you all the complications, some of the complications of my.
There is no single
You're
complication.
asking.
There is no single complication here. That's.
The Danish ambassador to Uganda, His Excellency Shane Winding-Albijag, has assured increased investments in Uganda through Danish established companies, particularly in agribusiness, as part of efforts to boost Uganda's gross domestic product. She noted that the support will focus on value addition, job creation, and other key areas aimed at strengthening Uganda's economy. The ambassador made the remarks during a courtesy visit to the State House Investors Protection Unit.
Welcomed by the head of the State House Investors Unit, Colonel Edith Nakalima, Ambassador Singh Albajag emphasized that many foreign investors hesitate to invest in Uganda due to limited knowledge of the local investment environment, hence have visits to the unit.
Sometimes companies are challenged just by the mere challenges of finding the relevant information, understanding the systems. As a company to invest, you want to know that there is a clear system, there's a clear structure, and there's legal protection. So
Colonel Nakalima assured the visiting delegation that Uganda remains a peaceful and stable country with numerous investment opportunities.
We described Uganda in 3 P's. Uganda is present, Uganda is peaceful, Uganda is profitable.
The meeting also brought together officials from various government institutions, including the Ministry of Trade, Ministry of Finance, and the State House Anti-Corruption Unit, who outlined their roles in protecting and supporting investors operating in Uganda.
Uganda will have that unique sense of position. It's unique at the distance from Cape Town to Cairo, Mombasa to Lagos. We're almost in the middle and the heart of. So anyone who invests here, you have the whole of that market, 1.4 billion people. The GDP of 3.4 billion.
We are very vigilant in that regard, and whenever investors from your country have those problems, through SHIPU or even directly to us, we'll be able to intervene with the various government departments that your investors will be interfacing with and facing that challenge.
To cut out issues of bureaucracies, delays, and unnecessary inconveniences.
Ambassador Singh reaffirmed that through the mutual interests between Uganda and Denmark, both countries will benefit from increased and sustainable investments.
We work a lot in green growth and climate-smart agriculture, investing in agribusiness, so working with small and medium-sized enterprises and cooperatives to build businesses within agribusiness. But we also work on infrastructure, water and energy. So
she brought in a lot of good hope for the collaboration of economic development between Uganda and Denmark.
The State House Investors Unit, under the leadership of Colonel Edith Nakalima, was established 2 years ago by President Museveni to create a conducive environment for investors and ensure their interests are protected. Rebecca Natongo, Kenneth Tanaba, UBC News.
Ugandans have been urged to embrace cybersecurity as a critical life skill in today's digital age continues to grow louder. This has been disclosed at the 2025 edition of the Cyber Stars competition, where Isbat University emerged the winner.
The Commission introduced an initiative dubbed CyberStar Competition, designed to equip learners with practical skills to ethically secure systems and protect data. At the 2025 edition of the CyberStar Competition, where Isbat University emerged winners, the focus was mainly on data protection. Speaking after the victory, Dr. Pradeep Kumar, Director of Academic Affairs at Isbat University, attributed the university's success to its innovative competency-based teaching model.
Core curriculum is based on the outcome-based education, and which believes that how the competencies are inculcated, developed and inculcated into the students with the good values. So students will not only have the good spirits, knowledge, but also a work with hands-on practice.
His sentiments were echoed by Dr. Tiaji, Dean of the Faculty of ICT at Eastport University, who emphasized the importance of bridging classroom learning with industry demand.
They need to be skilled in each of the domain of the specialization. So this is a challenge when we will have the participants from the lower semesters, but still we are trying to maintain the quality, the skills, so that even they can work together with a semester 5 or upper semester.
And when our students go into these competitions, they showcase the quality of the delivery we give them in the way that they are able to counter-attack the challenges that organizations meet.
The 2025 competition attracted participants from different universities and institutions across Uganda, culminating in a grand finale held at UCC headquarters.
Is attacking and understanding which point can an attacker leverage, or a hacker can leverage and gain access to the system.
We were able to identify different vulnerabilities that we exploited, so that we are able to defend against them or even patch them from wherever we shall be working in the future.
Eastport University's win underscores the growing role of academia in preparing a new generation of ethical, skilled cyber professionals. The CyberStar Competition 2025 reinforces the importance of ethical and practical cyber training. Irene Faith Nantongo, UBC News.
to get the power to win. Njagala ofune lyanyi. Nyo ofune lyanyi okuwangula ogenda kuwangula ota. Ngenda kubanga obukadde 10 buli wiki. Wanchi ngenda kubanga kwasa obukadde 10 buli wiki. Kusemu yeye nyini chabonka kimuchoka. Line ya MTN bana beka. Buli ogenda okusasula ekintu kyonna ogenda okusasula. Ntakwese momo. Obulira buli ogenda okusasula. Ngenda kyosasula kyonna kozesa momo. Oyinza okubanga ngenda kwewola ka sente kozesa momo. Wanchi ogenda ku investinga kozesa momo. Abwe MTN we jamanyi. Nekwa obukadde 10 buli wiki. Castello bimala bwe pa wentandika ngamba kiye kiriwo wanje nenkwata ku masimu ngamba halo walirudawa tinze tirinyi halo walirudawa zendi guru halo walirudawa ndi mutukula halo oliwa ndi mwanange ndi wano mu office ntode nyiga ma computer nenkuta awa namwe kasana benesi okuberanga mwana wote koze ebintu amanga epeyinze ebolowinze investinze ngekozesa momo. Remember to dial star 165 # or use the Momo app to borrow, to pay, to invest, and you could stand a chance to win 10 million weekly.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for Silk Vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person, who recommends me to another person, who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Coffee Spirit, Simba Gin.
Coffee Spirit, Simba Gin. Check out the cup. SMS the code. Wamure virabo. Tulagamani. Karukasita wabuza.
Masaba maji. Masaba maji.
We call him a
Masavu ne Premier Distilleries. Simply buy Coffee Spirit or Simba Gin. Check under the cap, send the code to 6688 and stand a chance to win border borders, tuk-tuks, cash, airtime, flat screens, mobile phones and a grand prize of 50 million Uganda shillings. This promotion is valid for a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply. Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
UEDCL is offering a normalization window until the 31st of December 2025 for those who have illegally connected into power lines or tampered with power metering equipment. Register with UEDCL at www.uedcl.co.ug/wetereze to normalize your connection to avoid penalties or prosecution. Visit any UEDCL office in your area for assistance or call our toll-free numbers at 0800 203 088 or 0800 285 285 and 0800 385 385. Take advantage of this normalization window before the law catches up with you. UEDCL, lighting up your world.
Thank you so much for watching and welcome back from the break straight to business news. Government has launched a new ferry route to Bukasa Island in Kalangala district to improve transport and boost tourism. For nearly 29 years, residents have relied on small wooden boats to reach the mainland.
It's taken a while because government has been promising this time and again. And as when we had planned to have this done, we were struck by COVID, and that was gave us a setback. So because their vessel which the government is planning to construct for them is not ready, and yet the people need the transport services, we decided, working with a private investor, a private operator of Nodil, to vary our contract which we have with him on running MV Kalangala to include trips to the Chamswa. And this is why we have today launched this route. So now it will be a matter of choice by the people of Chamswa to travel by whichever vessel they want, but this one assures them of a safe means of transport and quicker, because it takes 2.5 hours from Entebbe to Chamswa.
The Microfinance Support Center has taken Islamic finance training to Arua City in the West Nile sub-region. The zonal manager Arua, Waiswa Ronald, says that unlike conventional funding models, Islamic financing offers an alternative approach of fairness, partnership and shared prosperity.
This Islamic finance, after the government coming out clearly and amending the Financial Institution Act, we were already implementing the program since 2017, where a number of grant institutions have benefited.
Specifically, appreciation go to the government of Uganda, that's His Excellency President, to have this support through the Micro Support Center to his people.
The aim is to open access to financing for all without being held back by religious principles, and to propel communities and households into the money economy for social and economic transformation.
We covered the entire Western, we moved on to parts of Central, we went to Northern Uganda, and here we are.
To some participants, the concept of Islamic financing was quoted straight from the Quran.
Allah says that Allah has permitted trade, but forbidden riba. So this training has given us the knowledge that even people who are not Muslims can still do trade without riba. And that is a very important thing that can uplift the economy of our people.
These participants go beyond trainees or beneficiaries. They are ambassadors of the Islamic finance model, expected to spread the message and best practices across the region.
Today's training has really opened our mind and has really opened for us the way in Islamically, purely. How are we going to go? without riba.
For the Microfinance Support Center, training comes first. It's about empowering institutions with knowledge, sensitizing communities, and then responsibly releasing funds.
We are confident that by the time we cover the entire country, our goal of financial inclusion through Islamic financing will be reached.
Participants deeply appreciated President Museveni and MSC for the initiative.
NRM gives these programs to empower you at grassroots there. So let's utilize these programs. These programs are to benefit the citizens of Uganda, regardless of the religion, regardless of the party.
At the end of each training, MSC works with the institutions to draw up action plans, while zonal offices continuously track progress and impact, ensuring that the goal of inclusive financial growth remains firmly on course. Chris Buyondo, UBC.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort, and pride with Royal Foam Furniture. Crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful Kids Water Park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
More than 100 talented refugee youth from across the country have gathered at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole, for the Game Connect trials.
Refugees living in Uganda have been given an opportunity to be part of the Olympic refugee team at next year's historic 4th Summer Youth Games that will, for the first time ever, be hosted on African soil in Dakar, Senegal.
Is a selection for some of the best athletes and more competitive athletes here. Olympic Refuge Foundation will provide additional support for them to be able to train in great conditions, ensure that they get the right nutrition and the right coaching. And this will go on until the next year, where there will be a selection for the first ever youth refugee team at the Dakar 2026 Youth Olympic Games.
This once-in-a-lifetime opportunity has come through the Game Connect trials that have been hosted at Mandela National Stadium, Nambole.
We have athletes, youth who are trying from different parts, who are trying to qualify in various disciplines. We have 3,000 meters, 800 meters, 200 meters, 100 meters, the mixed relay. So it's our hope that from these trials organized together with the Uganda Athletics Federation and the Olympic Refuge Foundation, the Game Connect program,
we should be able to identify a number of athletes who will be selected.
It attracted participants from the refugee settlements of Adjumani, Rwamwanja, Kyangwali and Kampala.
We are here witnessing what I call inclusion in sports. You know, sports provides a very good platform for social change and comes with so many benefits. Now, to the refugees, it is a powerful tool that can cause social change. And you know, the refugees, they are within our communities. So, to the refugees and the host communities, sports is actually a platform that can hope for the integration, and comes with so many benefits ranging from social, economic, skill development. And so we want to thank the organizers, the UOC, for coming up with this brilliant idea.
The competition was organized by Game Connect, which is a consortium of partners headlined by Avis Foundation.
One of the pathways and what we do is also using sport as a tool to develop talent of young people. The project is funded by the Olympic Refuge Foundation, and through that fund and the Olympic Refuge team, who we have here today, trying to prepare some of our athletes who are here running in preparation for the Youth Olympic Games in Dhaka next year.
Game Connect improves the psychosocial well-being and mental health resilience of young refugees through safe physical activity.
Buganda Kingdom has reaffirmed commitment to ending HIV/AIDS by 2030. This was during a Kabaka birthday run review and accountability breakfast held at Bulange Mengo.
The session, presided over by the Katikiro Charles Peter Mayiga, brought together partners and stakeholders of the Kabaka birthday run to evaluate its progress and community impact. This year's run, themed on Men for Good Health to Save the Girl Child, raised loads of money, supporting HIV awareness, testing, and community outreach programs across Buganda.
We have a big grassroots women movement into how to counsel and also mainstream the message of HIV/AIDS prevention in the way they disseminate the information. That training and capacity building, we spent 21,487,040 Uganda shillings. Number 5 is testing and counseling services. We continue because His Majesty has made sure the stigma is away. People can test in the open. People can test when everybody is seeing. We support HIV testing and counseling centers in accessible locations.
The Katikiro praised partners including I&M Bank and Majestic Brands for keeping the initiative strong in the fight against HIV/AIDS.
And today, as I present what the Kingdom and partners have achieved in the fight of HIV, we are looking at the impact the partnership has brought this far. His Majesty Kabaka is the ambassador for fighting HIV and AIDS on the continent of Africa, and it pleased him to dedicate this theme for the last 5 years. We have had so many activities and projects, but today I would like to provide and account for resources entrusted to the Kingdom and its partners.
I&M Bank hailed the Kingdom's consistent leadership under Kabaka Ronald Muwenda Mutebi II, emphasizing that awareness, testing and zero discrimination remain key goals. The 13th Kabaka birthday run is set to return early next year, continuing Buganda's mission of health, unity and transformation.
Uganda's top sports performers of the month of October have rewarded during the Fortbet Real Stars Monthly Awards at Lazio Restaurant in Kololo.
Chicago Marathon champion Jacob Kiplimo, Africa table tennis star Jemima Nakawala and boxer Farahat Manirora emerged winners of the October Fortbet Real Star Sports Awards held in Kampala. The ceremony graced by Judith Nabule from Jude Color Solutions, Restem Batide from Fortbet, and CEO Isaac Mukasa celebrated Uganda's top sports achievers of the month.
As Fortbet, we are still very committed to continue supporting you, encouraging you, and of course motivating you to continue doing your best in what you are doing. Congratulations.
Kiplimo, who clocked 2 hours, 2 minutes and 23 seconds at the Chicago Marathon, became the world's 7th fastest marathon runner while setting a new national record.
Jacob Kiplimo went to US and won the marathon. You remember there? He went and won a marathon for the first time, I think, for him to go and win this event. And then Cheptegei also went to US, but I think he was 6th. Also Nakai went there, but they never won. So he went for the Kiplimo because for him, he went and did the great job which took him there to come as a winner.
Nakawala claimed the table tennis award after 3 straight wins that secured Team Uganda's spot at the London 2026 World Table Tennis Team Championships, beating teammates Pavin Namozi and Judith Mirembe. In boxing, Manirola scooped his second Real Stars accolade following his gold medal victory at the East Africa Zone 3 Championships, outshining compatriots Aziz Ringo and Willie Chakonye.
Nafuna awadi yange ya soka, nafuna esami lya maanyi nnyo era ne mbasuubiza nti inshallah nina okukola ennyo nsobole okujja nfune awadi yange endala era nga awadi yange ey'okubiri era nga mbasaba mukoleyo engule endala kuba abasajja nkyabatema ensingo awadi zo nkyazisomba inshallah.
And that brings us to the end of all we had for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching from wherever you are. My name is Michael Jordan Lukoma with Elizabeth Nakakon and the whole team. Wish you the best of the night. Why? Tonight we have Behind the Headlines at 10 p.m. So Newsroom wishes you the best. Bye-bye.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Ebiseera by'okuzaayo abaana mu masomero tebiteekwa kukaluubiriza n'akatono. Eno kusimba nnyiriri mpanvu, kano kalipagano ka bidduka. Simanya kuzunga na banka siripusi.